I absolutely hate birthdays. They're supposed to be fun, yay, I know, but somehow I end up feeling more lost and more lonely even though I'm surrounded by loved ones. I mean, look at my face. This boy hates birthdays. Yesterday was my birthday and I turned 30, and just like every other year, I feel completely lost. But this year, I kind of know why. You see, by the age of 25, society thinks you should have it all figured out. A thriving career with a whole bunch of money, a roadmap to success. But here's what no one tells you. Most people's 20s and 30s, including mine, are a mess, a maze of confusion, of trying and failing, all while balancing the expectations of mom, dad, and the rest of society. Now, even though I make it look like I have everything completely under control, trust me, I don't. The exact same thing is happening to me. I have more than enough imposter syndrome and anxiety to never get out of bed. In order to stay on top of that feeling of lostness, I've discovered 5 tools. Let's call them rules that I live by that help me navigate life as a creative and slowly chip away at the feelings of uncertainty and helplessness. And since birthdays are all about putting things into perspective, I have to share these 5 tools with you because of how important they are, especially if you're pursuing a life of freelance or creativity in this era of social media. All right, so rule number one, eliminate comparison.
Okay, here we go. Walk imperial, talk imperial, block the cereal, stop the burial. Walk imperial, talk imperial, block the cereal, stop the burial.
Eliminate comparison. What does that mean? Do not believe everything you see on social media. It's so easy to compare our behind the scenes and like messy moments to everyone else's glamorous highlight reels. And that, my friend, is a recipe for feeling lost. That's awful.
For example, in 2018, I had just graduated from college and I was feverishly looking for a job to support myself because I was completely broke, completely broke. Meanwhile, on social media, this is what I was showcasing to the rest of the world. I was adventuring around Bora Bora with 3 other really cool creators, having the time of my life. The truth is, I was flown to Bora Bora by a tourism board. On top of that, I wasn't making any money on that gig. And when I got back to the US after that trip, all my accounts were on negative. It was actually so bad that I was sleeping underneath the conference table in some random hotel in Utah. The truth is, life is messy and full of imperfect moments. And because we can't escape that perfection that is everyone else's beautiful social media feeds, this is what I do to mitigate that comparing myself to someone else. I use social media for precedent, not pressure. Inspiration, not intimidation. I'm out here scrolling, trying to learn. That's my second tool. I'm trying to soak it in. I'm trying to learn. I kind of see social media as a palette of ideas and styles that I can pick from and choose from to make my own creative journey even more colorful. As I'm scrolling, I'm like, what can I take from this to make into something new and unique? It's like basically having a creative school in your pocket. Listen, the landscape of creativity is always changing. It's so damn important to try and learn something new related to your craft every single week. And we have access to all the tutorials and all the inspiration right in the phone right here, right in the palm of our hands. All you gotta do is switch that mindset from passively consuming to actively learning. So after all that scrolling, you gotta get out there and make stuff, shoot stuff, sketch stuff, paint stuff, learn, and keep learning. Weirdly enough, something that I've come to realize is that regardless of how much I learn, there's always this tiny little piece of the puzzle that remains so elusive to me. And that is my third pillar, which is building community. I know you just got back from work. I'm gonna keep it quick. Okay, so my question for you is a special one because you have the most number of friends out of anyone that I know. How do you keep in touch with all those friends?
I think it takes a specific type of person. I don't think everyone is meant to have a ton of friends.
Okay.
But I think no matter the size of your friend group, you just have to reach out to them. If something happens that reminds you of them, just text it to them because then they know that you're on their mind and it maintains the level of friendship even if you can't see each other all the time.
Finding friends and building community is as crucial as any of these other skills that I'm trying to pick up, yet it's the most difficult to me. I am starting to realize that the answer lies with being intentional, with intentionality. It's literally quality over quantity. It starts with making a conscious effort to reach out in the first place and then carving out time for people that matter to show them that they really do matter.
And trust me, you'll be grateful for these deep connections that you make, because in this creative life, it's all about stepping out of your comfort zone
and taking risks. Yo. I'm FaceTiming my friends, calling because I'm turning 30. I'm asking for advice. What do you think people should do more of in their 20s and 30s?
Ooh, that's a good question. I guess it would be risk. You're better off trying something and failing and learning from it than you are not trying it at all. And what comes to mind directly is I think about how depressed people are the best at gambling, right? Because no matter how much you gamble, no matter how much you lose, if you keep at it, like you're not gonna get more depressed. And it's very tied
That's
together.
bad advice.
So.
Bad advice. Wrong. Shouldn't have called you.
But right, it's like
Thank you. Bye.
Well, what I'm trying to say is you got to take reasonable risks, even when success isn't guaranteed. I'm definitely not saying you should become a cliff diver or a gambling addict. I know this sounds extra, but dedicating time to sketching, drafting, drawing, music production, DJing, any of these creative endeavors, it's a risk in itself, especially because you never know where you'll end up. There's no guarantee of success. There's this quote by Mark Twain that comes to mind about taking risks. It goes, in 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones that you did.
All right, so you and I, instead of seeing failure as a dead end, we're gonna see it as vital feedback, a chance to learn, to pivot, to prepare for whatever the next big opportunity is. Failure is not a dead end. It's just an opportunity to learn.
Now, I can hear it perfectly in my mind exactly what you're thinking. Karl, how am I gonna get back on track after such a big failure?
It didn't go how I wanted it to go. I feel so sad. Let me tell you how you're gonna get back on the track. It's your routine. That's how.
Establishing a solid routine is probably the most important element to this entire whole system that I'm trying to create. It's about creating a structure within which creativity can freely flow. My entire day follows a very specific routine. From waking up to journaling, to meditating, to stretching, to hitting the gym, a daily routine is so important. Pause. Now hold up. I don't want to create a situation where you're comparing yourself to somebody on the internet. Just because this works for me doesn't mean you should be doing exactly what I'm doing every single day as well. No comparison. You take what you need. For you, you might just need like a short walk in the morning. Daily morning rituals are incredibly important at centering the mind and preparing you for the day's creative challenges that are about to come.
I'm going around interviewing my friends because I'm turning 30, asking for advice. What do you think I need to leave out of my 20s, going into my 30s?
I think leave behind gripping creativity, maybe. Allowing it to flow, allowing an unplanned day to maybe then spur up some creativity. So leaving time for a walk, leaving time for a blank page to just kind of like let it fly.
Rather than like schedule.
Rather than schedule something routine. Like I think there's always something great about routine, but maybe like time where it isn't something where you don't know what's gonna happen that day.
Where there's space.
Yeah.
Where there's space. Oh, that makes sense.
That's frolic.
That makes sense. Thank you so much, bro. I love you too, bro.
Life is way too short to always stick to the script. So take that road trip that you've been planning, call that one friend out of the blue, or start that project that you've been sitting at the back of your mind. It's these spontaneous acts that add color to our lives and remind us that we're not just here to follow some routine, but rather we're here to live.
What would you say to someone who felt lost right now?
I guess don't fight it. Lean in. Get as comfortable as you can with the fact that you are lost. There probably is no destination as much as this is the point. Get as curious as possible. Stay positive. Expect nothing but hope for the best. That's what I would
perfect.
say.
That's really cute.
Yeah?
Thank you.
So I started the day off hating my birthday as usual, but surrounding myself with loved ones and reminiscing and collecting these thoughts in an optimistic kind of way has made me hopeful for the future, even though I don't have it figured out and I have no idea what's coming. If you're watching this and you're feeling kind of behind, or you're feeling like your dreams are just out of reach, pause, breathe. You are exactly where you are meant to be right now. This point in your life is just a chapter in the entirety of your story, and people are waiting to hear that story. So stop watching this, go make something, and I see you in the next one.